What's up, everybody? We got live, and yeah. So, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this Aerogarden. I recently got it and online. It was a pretty good sale, and yeah, this wasn't about too basic. And what I have in here is the herb pot kit that came with it. The back three are basil. Two of them I think are Genovese, and the other one's Thai. And we have some thyme, some dill. These two on the front are basil. That one over there is chives. And the one right here is mint. So, alright, y'all. Now, today, since I've checked in here, when I looked in here, it looks like I could see a couple of the basil sprouting already. It's going to take a little while since I just put them in there not too long ago, within the past few days. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this one grows. Um, yeah. I have the harvest models. They are definitely much smaller than this one. Uh, so, um, but one thing I can say about these things is it'd be nice if this water reservoir was much larger. Um, because it'd make it much easier to have plants that grow to full maturity in a much larger reservoir than what they have here. But this is the setup they have for these is really nice. Uh, and otherwise, so but all right, Joe. And yeah, it was pretty simple, easy to set these things up. Hey, what's up? All right, Joe. Now, um, in regards to the arrow gardens, I've had those a number of them over the years. Um, a few years back, some family had um, some family had bought me a harvest model some years ago. It was a dark colored one, and a few seasons back, the motor kind of gave out on it. I'm looking to acquire a new motor so I can still keep using it. Um, but then a couple of season or two ago, I got also gotten a more recent more recent harvest model that was like $50 at a store, and that one was and then I even got the seed starter tray to go with it. The arrow gardens are really nice for helping seed starting. Um, they're a nice setup. They are. Um, and it's just because anybody that has experience with these knows that um, certain gardeners would appreciate a more larger reservoir that these have than they provide them with. But it's not a complaint about the design or anything. The design is good. It's just the reservoir I could use more. Um, but the one I have shown in this video here, as I mentioned, is called a Bounty Basic, and this one is a nice setup. It says it can go up to 36 inches with a LED height, which is nice. Um, Given that a lot of plants tend to go more than that, or can get at least that or taller. Um, but air gardens are good setups for anybody that wants to do any indoor gardening and doesn't have a whole lot of time to go and make their own kind of setup. Um, and and it works reliably. I mean, I've grown I've grown various herbs and peppers in that and these, and they do rather well. Um, but after I clear out the after these start clearing, let me let me get my speech right. Um, Now see, after these sprouting basic, I'm going to start taking them out and transferring into some larger containers to grow from those forward, and quite possibly maybe even make it out to the garden or something. Now, and then I'm gonna redo and fill this thing up with some peppers and that. Um, so it would be really nice to see where this one can go. Uh, so I'm looking forward to running some experiments a little bit. Um, so I have a few choice ones, a few choice strains that pepper strains that I'm going to grow in there just to as it helps provide a good avenue to do my little lab experiments, so to speak, on them. Yeah, yeah. I've done peppers in my harvest model before, which is smaller and has a shorter height. Um, and is done well, but the harvest model definitely needs closer attention. Um, a big factor for that is because as reservoir is so small and the it's much smaller on that one, and given let's say you have some fair sized plants in there, they're going to be soaking up that juice, that water, the nutrients fast. So that's a drawback to the reservoir size. So it means it needs to be more closely monitored. Um, in regards to the peppers, the Bounty Basic does provide more space, which is nice. Um, I can, have more room to grow some strains that I want and do a little experimenting on. Um, but in regards to these Aerogardens, especially the smaller ones, you're going to have to do a lot of pruning. So unless you have plants that are much smaller. Yeah, that's a good point. I am intending on doing a couple of experiments with growing certain hot peppers in my in this and after I get some of these herbs out of here. Uh, I just am debating on which ones. I'm kind of thinking if I should probably go with the ghost pepper plant because ghost pepper plants, um, way up with my growth, they tend to be within a certain height mostly compared to let's say if I do a scorpion plant, which tends to get much taller. Scorpion plants, have had some scorpion plants get up to upwards of 6 feet and a little more depending on some cases. Um, but I don't know. I could probably manage it, but I would have to keep the plant short. Um, but um, then yeah, then there's also a lot of other select varieties that do stay in the shorter side. Um, so um, I'm considering what I'm growing in there. So um, but the setup of these can be nice. What people can do is if they don't want the plant to get oversized in there, they have to would um, what people can do is, let's say, they can shorten the plant as it's growing, and some people will top the plants, so they grow as more squatty and push out. So that's an option there. That if you know the size of the plants that they can tend to go, then you can work towards mitigating it. But um, yeah, so I do have a handful of strains that I wanna get into putting into this bounty. Um, some of them I have in mind that I potentially want to do some crossings of. Uh, some of them are. It's going to be varied on there. I'm not going for the craziest, spiciest pepper in the world on this. I'm going for some interesting crosses if I can work towards that. So, um, only time will tell with this. Yeah. Um, but yeah. Um, this was on a Black Friday deal, so it was cheaper than what you would find if you were going directly on their site on a regular basis, and yeah, on any off day. So, um, which was made it easier to purchase. Um, but yeah, I think I'm going to squash out this video here in a minute. Not unless there's any questions to be asked, but other than that, um, I'm looking forward to this being a lighter year in the winter side and temperatures because lately the temperatures have been way well low normal around here, or what's considered normal for around here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to be on the more double digits number at least. So around here it's been single digits. So but I digress. So anyway, we should consider looking into these more often and seeing if they'll work on improving the design of these Aerogardens. Um, the people would appreciate the reservoir to be much larger. Give them that option. Um, but I do appreciate the way they do these designs. Um, make it simple for indoor growth. Um, herb gardening is easy in them, but herbs are pretty easy going to grow. You can do some flowers in here too. Some other plants as well. But um, on my agenda for right now, I'm looking to kind of um, get some pepper started in here after these herbs are out. Mm, do a little experimentation. So, but all right, y'all. I think we'll go ahead and squash this video out here and chat at y'all later. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Um, so yeah. Uh, but yeah, I'm just not appreciating this cold weather is all. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and squash this video out here. It's running on about the 15-minute mark almost, or a little over 14 and a half. And yeah, hope you all doing well. Hope you have a nice evening, a nice day, weekend, and all that. And stay safe out there, y'all. And remember to keep it spicy. Okay. See y'all later. Please stay tuned. Alright? Y'all much appreciated. Thank you for being here. See y'all later.